What's up? It's your boy, the Rare Hunter, and today we're back with Chris Iaali, and we're at Barcelona on Worlds. How'd you do?
Finished 17th, 10-4 overall, 5-3 in CC and 5-1 in draft.
But what did you play in CC this year?
I was playing Maxx Nitro.
Maxx Nitro. All right. Well, tell us a little more about Maxx.
Yeah, so I've been working on Maxx for a little bit. I like the fact that he can play more copies of the most efficient boost attacks that Dash normally gets to play, while also being able to play somewhat of a combo game plan against Bravo and Dromai when setting up the Nitro Mechanoid. So there's like two main game plans that I try to go for. If I'm playing a deck like Ninja or a deck like Azalea or even like the Mech Mirror, I'll be trying to race them by playing the most efficient boost attacks. And then versus like Dromai, Bravo, Azuri, the slower decks, I'll be trying to set up the Nitro Mechanoid. And so you'll see like the two game plans that I have inside the deck.
All right. Anything special about your equipment?
Yeah, so I have two different weapons. I use Banksy I use Tekla Plasma Pistol for the matchups where I'm trying to set up the Nitro Mechanoid. Just because in those matchups I'm expecting them to block a lot, and I'm not going to get the on-hit value of Banksy. I will play Banksy in the race mirrors or the aggro mirrors because I don't expect them to block, and it's just like more damage. I'm racing. That's what I want. As for like the equipment, I always play Hyper X unless I'm playing against Icelander or Kano, which I'll have the AB3 package. Tekla Foundry Heart's very important to the deck. Lets you have super efficient turns when you're just like boosting and the cards in your deck don't matter. Galvanic Bender is very important for giving your Nitro Mechanoid +1 attack. And then I have an adaptive plating that I usually put in the boot slot when I'm racing, but I have put it in the arm slot in some matchups too. So yeah, the Cobwork Space Legs, we'll go over why I'm playing those in a little bit. But yeah, this is the equipment setup.
All right, let's go to your main deck.
Cool. Alright, so like I said, I'm playing all the most efficient attacks. We got a new addition in Bright Lights for Rev Up. So we're playing 6 copies of the 2-for-6s, and I do have the blue throttles to go with them. Twin Drive is another new addition. I only have 2, this is like part of the main deck. I only have 2 in the main deck. The third one's in the side for when I'm actually trying to combo people off with Nitro Mechanoid. It involves a high octane, and I just want double boost to get those extra action points. And then we have all the 1-for-5s, the full playset of zipper hits, and just red jump starts. Like I said, just more efficient attacks. Force of State, and then to go with the Twin Drives, we also have Pulse Wave Harpoons for the aggro matchups to just be able to strip cards from their hand, make sure that we're racing them and making their turns less efficient while playing our own efficient turns. Got 0 to 60s, 9 copies. I think the number of zeros that you want like, even though the blue and yellow aren't as efficient at attacks, you still want a good number of zeros for those high octane turns, just to make sure that you have enough action points to swing your Tekla Plasma Pistol or the Nitro Mechanoid enough times. So that's why we're also playing blue T-Bones. They get some value in the Bravo matchup too, like since all of Bravo's equipment blocks for 2, like you'll usually get 2 value out of it instead of 1. So that's like the core of the attacks that we're playing for when we're trying to race, and it's also the cards that we're going to be boosting in the first couple turns when we're trying to set up 3 hyperdrivers for the Nitro Mechanoid. So alright. Now for the cards that are helping us get to the Nitro Mechanoid, I'm only playing 9 of the crank effects that add counters to the hyperdrivers when you boost them. I found that since I'm playing so many attacks that are pretty efficient, like I'll have control of the game, and I'll just like, I'm fine not worrying about playing the Nitro Mechanoid on turn 3. Turn 5, turn 6, it's still fine. You're going to be doing pretty well. And then, so I found that 9 was a pretty good number. I tried 12, I tried 11, but I decided that I only wanted them to be my resource cards. I didn't want to play any reds because that might just make things clunky. And so we're at 9 copies of the Crank Effects, and then 3 copies of Red Recharge. So 1 for 4 that helps you get the 3 hyperdrivers that you need. And I've seen blues played a lot too, but I was only a big fan of the red ones. And then our last blue that we're playing, I really wanted 19 blues in the main deck, so I'm playing a 1 of Steel Street Hoons.
Did it come up at all? Like the galvanized?
Yeah, the galvanized is actually pretty relevant. For a while I had all 3 in the deck, but I decided to trim on blues a little bit, and I figured 19 was the lowest number I'd go to. But being a block 4 is relevant in race matchups, but also being a blue that can attack for 5 in the slower matchup is still relevant. So.
All right, sounds good.
So we have 2 main packages that I play. Like I was saying, we have a race package, we have a combo package, and then we have some extra poppers and blues. So in the race matchups, I add more 0 for 3s. If they're gonna give me a full hand, I'll take it, and I'll just be able to boost 0 for 3s. And then Firewall is like the closest thing that we can play to a defense reaction in this deck, since it's Mechanologist, we can boost without worrying about losing our action points. And so these are the cards that I would be playing in the aggro matchups. And then when I'm trying to pull off the combo, like I said, I'm playing high octanes. The cool thing about the Nitro Mechanoid is that it's not a once per turn attack. You can just keep attacking with it as many action points as you have. So your goal is to play a high octane. After you set up the Nitro Mechanoid, your goal is to play a high octane, twin drive, boost twice, play some 0 cost boosts, and attack up to like 6 times with your Nitro Mechanoid, dealing like 40 damage in a turn if possible.
Well, real quick, since our round is coming up, tell us a little bit more about the Soul Tower.
Yeah, so the Soul Tower is some tech that I found in the main Fab Discord. I thought it was pretty cool. It's extra blues against Icelander, but it's mostly important against Bravo, where you'll need extra block in your armor to stop crush effects or stop the on hits. And so that's why I'm playing the Cogwork Space Legs, to be able to like stack on top. And the other cool thing that it does is it gives you more attacks with the Nitro Mechanoid, because you're just like stacking equipment under it. And I had found that Bravos were able to fatigue the deck if they were truly dedicated to it, but I thought more attacks with the Nitro Mechanoid would be able to mitigate that. So,
all right.
And then I just got some extra yellow poppers here.
So you have 8 poppers total, right?
Or 8. So we have
it'd be
the 6,
11.
Yeah, the 6 2-for-6s in the main, and then 5 extra in the sideboard with payload and pulse rate protocol.
Do you have any shout outs?
Shout out to my friends at my local game store, Top Deck Keep, and all my friends in the experience that helped me test for this event.
All right, thank you so much, Chris. Talk to you later.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See ya.